What's up, guys? MoneyManD here, back with a coin video. Today I am filling out these American Woman Quarters cardboard things. I have the coins already placed in there, that's why I'm being a little bit gentle with them. I basically have the complete set. Well, let's see, which one is this? One of them is P, one of them is D. Let me see. For the Philadelphia, I have all the 22s, 23s, 24s, and then I have the first 2025, the IDB Wells, and then I'm missing the new 2025s. For the Denvers, though, I'm missing the Sea of the Cruise Denver. For some reason, I don't know why it's hard to get. But anyways, I'll show these coins off. These are circulation coins that you can find in your change. That's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm going to fill these. I'll take them all out, show them to you, and then fill them. So starting off, 2022, there's 5 quarters released every year. First off, we have My Angela. The front, I'll show you the front for one of them, because it's the same. We have the In God We Trust, Liberty, Washington, New Portrait, 2022. Get the initials there. In the back, United States of America, My Angela. Cool little eagle right there for $1. So that's the first one. And we're gonna place that one in. I brought gloves, but I don't really need them, because these are not worth much, but I still want to be professional. And also, guys, thank you very much for the support. We have 1.01 thousand subscribers. Thank you very much for that. We're getting up there. We reached the 1,000 mark, which is super awesome, and can't wait to post more awesome videos. Next, we have the Sally Ride Quarter, Dr. Sally Ride Quarter, United States of America, of course. Sally Ride right there. Pretty cool. She was an astronaut in NASA, so that's really nice. These are made 2022. Pretty high vintages on all of them. She's got, was there a space shuttle? Where is he? Right next to a space shuttle window with the Earth in the background. So that's cool. That's what it says. What's that one? These are all Philadelphia. It should be all Philadelphia. Yeah, all Philadelphia. Next one's the Wilma Mankiller one. Cool. There's something going on with the T. Might be close to the damage though. Principal Chief. It's pretty cool. Our shawl by 7-pointed Cherokee Nation star, and then Cherokee Nation is in their language. That's pretty cool. High vintages on those as well. They're all pretty high vintage. These are circulating coins. They're not meant to be kept. They're meant to be spent. They made basically 250 to 300 million of them, which is plenty. Of course, I'm probably gonna need some help with my mom or something to push these in a little bit better. But next up is the Nina Otero Warren. Right there it is. And then it's the with 3 yucca flowers and Spanish yucca flowers. The inscription, vote for woman, is voto para la, whatever that word is. I can't say that word. Mujer, something like that. So that's pretty cool. Some hair in there. Hard suckers to get in. Let's push that one in. I'll show you, of course, the end result. This will be a short video because I don't think I'm going to show you those. Those are the same. This one, though, Anime Wonk. It's the last one that year. I like how everyone kind of had a different little pattern on the outside, started by marquee lights. So see, the lowest vintage, this is Philly. The lowest vintage Philly quarter. The highest vintage was Wilma Mankiller, 310, and the lowest vintage was 225. These are all millions, and Nina Otero Warren for the Philadelphia for this year. And then, yeah. And then the Denver, which I'll place them in. The Denver, the highest vintage is 296, also Wilma Mankiller, and the lowest vintage is Nina Otero Warren also. So I've seen the trend of probably whatever the lowest and highest vintage is usually that for both mints, which makes sense. I guess these are minted for demand too, right? So they're not going to all be the same amount, and there are, like I said, varying amounts. But this is just the first year, 2022. The 2021s they had. Well, that fits in. That was fitting in pretty nice. The oops, let me see, push it better. 2021s, they have the Tuskegee Airmen, I believe that one. And then also, one of my favorite ones is the Washington crossing the Delaware. I love that quarter just because there's so many varieties to look for, and I have quite a few varieties. And I mean, they're not worth too much, but they're pretty cool to have. Okay, pushing these Denver ones in, so I probably won't do it when I get that because I just gotta find it and change. And then, but I will do videos probably when I find those new 2025 other quarters. So, moving on, 2023. Or maybe not. I can't remember what the 2021 quarter was, because this is one I always forget. I always think this is the 2021 quarter, but it's really 2023. The Bessie Coleman leather jacket, look in the clouds. Nice biplane right there. And then they had the date June 15th, 2021 is the day she received her international pilot's license. That's pretty cool. The front is again the same. Push that guy in. Next one is pretty cool. This is the Edith Kanakanaka Ule. I can't pronounce that 100%. Okay, she's got a headlay, Hawaiian landscape, right? This design features 25 cents, which is pretty cool. But I like the really nice landscape right there, Edith. And then it says 25 cents, which is the first one to say. And this is a Hawaiian writing. Iho Makai Iki, which is granting the wisdom. And then also, I will show you the front because I like to look for the errors. There's plenty of errors in the front with the die clash. Apparently, it was pretty common. I don't see it on this one. So that one's nice. Probably the first. I think the first stuff I kind of remember the first women's quarters getting popularity was this next one, the Eleanor Roosevelt. I think by the time this one, they were getting pretty popular now. She was Franklin Delano Roosevelt's wife, but she also did some important things. Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Right there, so pretty cool. And I like the women's quarters because there's also a lot of varieties and errors and stuff you can find, and most of them are pretty common. So really nice quarter. Next, also one of my favorite coins is a Jovita Idar. An Idar quarter. This is a pretty cool quarter, just because of the fact that all the writing is in the dress, or whatever she's wearing. Because this is the fields, this is the devices. The fields are blank. You can rub your finger on it, nothing's there. So I think that's really cool, just because all of it's in here. Mexican American, it says $quarter, teacher, nurse, all that stuff. Cruise, United States of America, so I think that's really cool. There's also errors on this. I like to look right here on the bottom. As you see, there is a little bit right there. If you look at the bottom of the bust, where my finger is, bottom right of the bust. I don't know what it is, honestly, die crack, die something. But I found countless of them. They're pretty common, but they're cool to find on this quarter. So nice slight error. I don't know if you can see it with the naked eye. You can. I don't know if I put. See, does this one have it too? This one might have it as well. But it's such a minuscule error, doesn't really mean much. But I found some slightly bigger ones too, which is pretty cool. Okay, next up, the last one of the year, Maria Tall Chief. Nice condition quarter as well. Got her dancing because she was a ballerina. Our Osage name, so she was Native American. There's an Osage name, Native American script. So pretty cool quarter on that. And that was the last one that year. Let's see. I think that year they just kind of slowed down the mintages later in the year. Let's see. Place these ones in. Oops, I should just check this Edith Kanakanaka Ui. Since we're here, this is the Denver minted one. Let's check if it's got any things wrong with it. Or anything wrong with it, I should say. Always look at how. Ooh, yeah, this is probably some damage. But these are still cool. So yeah, Tall Chief, really Tall Chief, P&D is 184 million and 185 million. So slightly, so lower and down, that might be the lowest. I know Javita Idar is 184.8, so it's the same at 190. Eleanor is 271, 284. Edith, 368, 372. They made a bunch of them. It's the highest vintage ever so far, or currently. And 317, so 302. So the highest vintage is Edith Kanakanaka Ule, whatever. And then the lowest vintage has got to be it's the tie. The P is tied for the Javita Idar and the Maria Tall Chief. But in the Denver Mint, Maria Tall Chief is less by 5 million. Sorry, the Philadelphia Mint. So Denver was first in Philadelphia when I was listing out those stuff. So let's see. I would say, as looking through these coins, and I looked through a bunch of quarters and stuff, I would say that it's pretty, let's check out the Jovita Idar quarter. That's got nothing down there. But, I always look at those bit marks. But looking through a bunch of quarters, I'd say all the 2022s are pretty common. 2023s, Eleanor, Edith is very common. I'd say the Eleanors were a little bit harder to come by in the beginning, and they're still slightly harder to come by. Jovita Idar were very hard to come by, but eventually just became no problem. And Maria Tall Chief is still slightly more rare, but that doesn't really matter. There are so many of them, it does not matter at all. Yeah. So heading over to 2024, first one, Reverie Dr. Pauline Murray. So this is at the fun show. I was able to pick these up. I was, January. These were released to public in February 1st, but I was able to get them, almost 3 weeks early. So these are pretty cool. So they got her, Dr. Murray inside the word hope, and a song in every throat from her poem. So it's pretty cool. Dr. Pauline Murray. Yeah, but the U.S. Mint was starting to bring. The those quarter machines, so you were able to get nice brand new quarters before they released in public. So that was really cool. I see those all the time. I would say they're pretty common. But this one's nice. Patsy Takimoto-Vink, I think that's how you say it. Standing outside the Capitol, really nice. Holding a copy of Title IX, wearing a leg. So that's really cool. And I just actually visited the Capitol recently, so stay tuned for some videos of that. But those, again, were a little bit hard to come with in the beginning to find, but now they're everywhere. I guess that makes sense. It's 2024, so these would be a little bit rare or whatever in the beginning. And this is Dr. Mary Edwards Walker wearing her Medal of Honor. She won the Medal of Honor, which is pretty cool. I think one of the first women, the only woman to win it. 1865, so during the Civil War is when she won it. Ooh, got some stuff going on in Sense. That's pretty cool. As you see the E and the N, that's definitely an error. That's got to be an error. Again, these things are filled with errors all the time, which I think is pretty cool. I guess I'll put it in the thing, but just because it's on there, that's pretty cool. Always check, because something's probably going on wrong with the I. Look at it, it's a grease strike, definitely got to be on the I and the T. It's almost an ungodly rest quarter, that would be funny. But yeah, 25 cents right there. But as you can see, the E between the E and the N and the N and the T, definitely not supposed to be there. That's still pretty cool. We can check the other quarter because I have a second one. But now these are getting a little bit easier to find, of course. Next one is the Celia Cruz, which has got a microphone, and then her catchphrase is sugar, which is Azúcar. Azúcar? I did definitely not say that right. Also, the word 25 cents. Is that supposed to be there? That looks like it's supposed to be there. Let me see. That little thing below the R. Ooh. Yeah. It looks like it's supposed to be there. Yeah, it's supposed to be there. But still pretty cool. Again, these are a little bit hard to come thing, but now I find them all the time. The next is the Ziklasa, I believe. Ziklasa. Traditional dress. She's wearing having a book. It's got a stain on it. Unfortunately, I didn't find too many of these. I'm not looking anymore, but I didn't find too many of these ones. Another 25 cents using the number. It's pretty cool. So let's check out that other quarter, the Denver Minted. These things are crazy hard to get in. I'll put these eventually, but let's see. Let's check out. Oh, I don't. Oh, I don't have it. Let's put this. This one's a lot nicer. This the Denver Minton one. There was like one Philadelphia one, and that was the one I had to put in. It's a lot nicer condition, as you can see. Push that guy in. And let's take a look at that Mary Edwards Walker. Let's see. Yeah, she's having a bad size. So it's definitely some sort of error. But again, always check out for these guys. They're pretty cool errors. Let's say. See if any of these guys move. Okay. And for 20, let's actually take a look at those mintages. It's got a little bit lower. See Denver, they're making 185, 187. Mary Edwards Walker 159 million, and see the Cruz 156, and Zikala is 170. So it got a little bit up. So definitely one of the lowest mintages. And then Philadelphia 168, 210. So it got pretty high on that. 141, 149, 152. So it's hovering about the same. 2025 is a little bit lower, of course. It just kind of started. I only have one, the IDB Wells quarter. So IDB Wells, courageously and proudly toward the future. And she gazes. It's pretty cool. 25 cents right there. Civil rights activist, is what it says, suffragist. So that's pretty nice. I have a few of these again at the fun show. They were, giving them out for face value basically. Just gotta go to the coin machine. Julia Gordon-Low released March 24th, so for next few months, hopefully we should be able to get some of those. Put that in here. Yeah, and then the Dr. Vera Rubin, no idea when it comes out. Probably in the next, let's see here. So usually it comes in February, March, probably be June. Sometime in June they will release it, most likely. And then Stacy Milburn, sometime in August, and then Althea Gibson, I think I'm saying that right, sometime in October. So sometime, yeah, it's been consistent throughout the stuff. So let's see, woman, let's see the release date, Denver. So the lowest vintage, of course, is Juliet Gordon-Low, because it's just, but the lowest vintage is the Celia Cruz from Denver so far. IDB Wells is 99 million, which is significantly less, but the year isn't over yet. And Julia Gordon-Low is 86, but it was just released. So currently the lowest vintage with the years past is Celia Cruz for Denver, and and the highest has been Edith Kanakawi, 368 million, which is sometimes double what other these ones are. Philadelphia lowest is also the Julia Gordon-Low, but Dr. Mary Edwards Walker is the lowest with 141. That's ended. That is and the highest is also Edith Kanakawi. In San Francisco, I don't even really measure. Maya Angelou is the lowest currently, 303,000. So I guess the proofs, the 2022 proofs, are kind of slightly more rare, maybe. 2020 proofs are rarer than 2025s or 2024s that are rarer than 2023s. So, yeah, so that was the thing. Shouldn't fall. But here's the complete set. It shows those coins already. Just missing those 4 over here, whatever they are over here. And then this one I'm missing 5. I need to get the other one. But next year they're doing something else. Do another series. I forget what it is, but it's semis. It's just some celebration. 250. I forget what it's called, but 250th celebration of American independence. Really important. So they're having some commemorative stuff, and I think until like the 2030s they have all the coin designs planned, just about the cent, nickel. I think the dollar they know already, the innovation dollar, until 2032, and then I think they're gonna have some like sports programs and stuff. 2026, 7, 8, 9, maybe even, and stuff. Hopefully we'll start seeing some more half dollars. I think they're getting ready to half dollars, which is really cool. And that's about it. So thank you very much for watching. I'm uploading more videos, a bunch more videos. I'm gonna start filling some albums and stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.